Hi, everybody. It's been a slice, hey? It's been a while. Hi. I missed you guys. I missed YouTube. I needed a hiatus from vlogging and blogging and podcasting and everything else, and I wanted to make some changes to things and all kinds of stuff. But today is a very important day for me. Today is 6 years sober. Cheers. It's coffee. The good kind. Yay. Um yeah, so I recorded a video like 2 months ago talking about sobriety, and I never posted it cuz I didn't know what I wanted to do with it. Um but today I kind of want to talk about it cuz it's been 6 years. I quit drinking March 20th, 6 years ago, because the initial reason was a friend of mine who has PTSD, or had it, or still has it, or anyways, he was a soldier and an officer and all kinds of other things. And he had to come off some pretty serious meds, and they had recommended that he quit drinking beforehand, be sober when he does it. So he's like, hey, let's all do this in solidarity. And I did. And it was only supposed to be for a month. And I was like, you know what? I have been drunk most of my life. I'm going to stick with this. I don't want to do the alcohol thing anymore. The amount of money I saved was mind blowing. That was my first thing. How much better I felt not drinking was the second thing. Like, my skin was clearing up, my face was less bloated. I'm gonna post a picture on Instagram from when I was like at my one of my worst points, and you're gonna see the difference, okay? Like, it is mind blowing how different it is. Um, so I was like, I'm going to stick with this. And I didn't realize how difficult sticking with being sober would be when all of the people that I was doing this challenge with started drinking again. And I was like, no, I'm going to stick with this. And so I did. And it's been 6 years, and I'm like, wow. But here's the thing with being sober and quitting drinking, especially if you quit drinking, I should reword that. Especially if you are drinking as your coping mechanism, find a different one before you do, or else. So, if you've been watching this channel for any length of time, you know that in 2019, I had a breakdown and I wound up in the psych ward, and it was great. And I don't say that sarcastically. It was like the best thing that's ever happened to me in my life. I went to the Rocky View here in Calgary, and I was like, hey, this is happening. I had some like huge tragedies happen in my life. It was just like one after the other after the other. And I was like, snap. So I had quit drinking in 2018, I think. What's 6 years ago? 2017. And it took about a year and a bit to come full circle and realize like I didn't have any coping mechanisms. And if we were in 2018, I had a very dear friend of mine, her wedding was in October of 2018, and I was up in Edmonton for it. And I went to the ceremony and everything, and I had such a bad anxiety attack in between the ceremony and the reception. I didn't go to the reception. I was so sick I was throwing up, I was anxietying, and I was like, oh, maybe that, like, looking back, hindsight being what it is, red flag. Holy red flag. Okay, so we have the red flag. I didn't realize it at the time, but that was like one of the major ones, okay? Um some other major red flags was like I pretty much stopped eating. Um I was having some other issues going on that I didn't know at the time are Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. So I just figured my body was just falling apart. And it was kind of scary, and like it was, my relationship. I had lost my relationship of almost 15 years. We'd split up. I was losing my condo because we split up, and neither one of us wanted to continue living there. So my mom lived there for a while. She lived there for like 2 years, I think. Um, and then we got some other stuff straightened out and it was all good. But yeah, so we did that. Lots of stuff. A lot of stuff has happened. But through it all, I've been sober. And you know what? Having that clear state of mind and having a partner now that's sober as well, for the most part. Like he'll go have a couple beers with chicken wings or something with his dad like once a month, but there's no alcohol in our house. There's when we go out for dinner and stuff, there's no alcohol. There's no nothing like, and it's amazing. Okay? Like I feel fan freaking tastic. Every once in a while when things get really rough, yes, I do miss it. I'm like, oh, it'd work, gin. But no, it doesn't work. I can be like, no, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Stop being stupid. And then I stop being stupid and I'm like, oh yeah, gin doesn't work. Ha, gin got me where I am today. Or where I was 6 years ago. Um, so yeah, with that, so many people come on to these things and they're like, I quit drinking, you can too. Here are like 3 easy steps to do this. And I watch those and I'm like, okay, that's cool. Here, or some people come on here and they do the you have to go to AA or else you're not officially in sobriety and all this other stuff. And it's like, I didn't go to AA. I didn't. I have contemplated a couple times. I may show up for a meeting, say hi. Um, because like you look at their little test online and it's like, do you identify as an alcoholic? I think I answered 12 of them right. Like, whoops. And I was like back in like, that's when I was drinking all the time. And I'm like, oh my God. So there's that. But a lot of people will come on here and be like, here's like the 3 easy steps to quitting drinking, or here's like here's how I did it, and here's how you should do it, and this is the only way, and blah, 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 and da, 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 da. It's like, pull your head out of your ass. And it's different for everybody. It's different for everybody. So the huge thing with quitting drinking is you have to want to do it. It's like quitting smoking. You have to want to do it. That's the big thing. You have to want to. You have to be ready to, okay? That's the secret, everybody. Because I've quit smoking. I have not smoked in years. Oh God, I think it's like 12 years, maybe 13. I haven't smoked. Except for one time in Vegas. That doesn't count. Anyways, I don't smoke, right? Um, And I'm not saying that Vegas doesn't count like alcohol wise, because it sure as fuck does. I think I had like 2 cigarettes while I was in Las Vegas, and it was before I quit drinking. It happens. You have a cigarette sometimes when you're drinking, and it just happens. And everybody around me was smoking, and I was like, oh, I'll just have a smoke. I wouldn't do it now. It's gross. Um, but yeah, so that's the thing. You have to want to quit. You have to say to yourself, okay, I want this. I really want to do this. Like, I don't want to be sick anymore. When I quit smoking, I went to the doctor. I was having trouble breathing. Shocking. And they were like, you have borderline emphysema. I got some like chest x-rays and shit back. And like, yeah, they were like, you have borderline emphysema. And I was like, I walked out of the doctor's office and I threw my cigarettes out. It's like, I'm done. I'm done. That's it. That's all she wrote. No more cigarettes. I am finished with this smoking thing. I am never doing this again. It's over. And like I told you before about the drinking thing, it was kind of a more solidarity thing. And then I decided to keep doing it for myself because I was having a rough time with it. I was like, if I didn't go out for drinks with my friends every night or like every day, I was drinking at home by myself because like the hours I worked, I wouldn't get off work till midnight. And most bars during the week here in Calgary were closed at around midnight during the week. Like there was the odd one that was open until 2 in the morning. Cause like last call, is that 1? I think. I don't know anymore. Maybe it was at 2. I have no idea. It depended on the bar. Um, but yeah, a lot of them were closed at midnight. Excuse me. And I would get off work at midnight and then I would just go home and drink by myself. And it was so brutal. Like I would just go home and like pour myself a drink. Yeah. Looking back on it, it's like, oh my God, you just like wasted all your time. And you know what? Looking back on it, I never would have, if I didn't quit, I wouldn't be sitting here right now. I know that for a fact. I would still be working in radio and I would still be, you know, I would be asleep right now because I probably would have gotten off work at midnight. Who knows? Because nobody wanted Josie there during the day. No, I'm kidding. What's going on outside? Okay, we're back. Okay, sorry. They're like the restoration truck got stuck in the snow across the street and I had to spy. Anywho, we're back. So, I just want to like conclude with like mentally I feel better than I have probably in my entire life. Physically, I don't know. I quit drinking. I lost a bunch of weight at first and then I gained some weight back and then I lost some weight and then I broke my foot and then like it's just been a roller coaster of fatness. And like I'm working on it. I also have EDS and like I know everyone's like, "Oh, well, you have to be skinny to have EDS." No, you don't. Shut up. You don't know. Cuz I also have like mast cell and I have POTS. So that's fun. I love being dizzy. It's great. It like no, I'm kidding. Um Would I ever drink again? No, absolutely not. I don't think I ever would. I think I am good staying the way I am, enjoying my life the way it is, having a good time. You don't need booze to have fun. That's the big thing. Take it from the crazy blonde on the internet. Okay? I don't even know. Like, I really like the ritual and the blondie. It's fun. I needed something different. I was like, oh, this is so drab. I'm so done with it. Anywho, I'm just going to sit here and talk to myself. Okay, everybody? Okay. So, in conclusion, if you want to quit drinking, you have to want it. You have to want it, okay? If you want to quit smoking, you have to want to. Because there are so many times, like I quit smoking, I don't know, 8 or 9 times. And it never stuck until that you could get really sick from this, and I really wanted to quit smoking. It wasn't even the illness part, it was the fact like I really wanted to quit. I was like, I want to be healthy. So I did. And with the drinking, I really wanted to stay sober. So I did. That's the simplicity of it. Do you want to stay that way? So you do. Anywho, yay me, 6 years. Congratulations to everybody else who's celebrating their sobriety today and every day. Okay? It's today and every day. Take the time to celebrate and give yourself a little pat on the back. We're doing it. Okay? We're doing it. Anywho, thank you for listening, and I will have some channel updates coming up and let you know what's been going on in other stuff, because there's been stuff. And I hope you guys made it this long and you like and subscribe and all that other stuff, and I'll talk to you later.